SCX10. Bought the deadbolt. That was $2.99, ready to run. And my original plan was to steal the drivetrain stuff for a rat crawler build. And it's kind of nice. So I haven't had a real crawler in a while. And it's been almost 10 years since I had an SCX10. And it's pretty much the same thing I had before. I had the Dingo kit that I put together. And this is, it's basic plastic links, plastic. But I don't know. It's hard to tear apart a good, complete running vehicle to do something. So I think I've decided to keep it all together. So this is going to be part one in the build series on it. I have no idea what body I want to run. Now, I did jump the gun, and I bought one of those China JK bodies because I used to have a red JK, even though it was a 4-door. And I just love the way those look. It's a good grade body. The interior is a little nondescript, but it's all there. You've got shifters and steering wheel gauges and seats and all that. But that won't fit this chassis because of the center differential, gearbox, motor mount. Everything's in the middle. And I've been looking around. GCM Racing makes the front relocation kit, and I can't afford that right now. So in the meantime, until I figure out what direction I want to take this, because it still could, I've got lots of rat rod bodies sitting around. You see in the back there's 4. I've got a couple more up on some shelves. I still could turn this into something more wild like that. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But when I jumped the gun and bought the JK body, I went ahead and bought this RC4 drive Tough Armor Stubby Winch bumper for the SCX10. Because I've never done this kind of stuff. When I had my SCX10, there wasn't anything for them. They were new. It was it was kind of groundbreaking in the hobby. RC4 drive didn't have Trail Finder 2s out yet. Everything scale was bruiser based, so the SCX10 kind of rocked that world. But it was so long ago, there just was no aftermarket support. So I haven't got to do what a lot of y'all have done, and just build an SCX10. So I'm kind of doing that, but it still could turn into something more. We'll just have to wait and see. But I figured, what the heck, I've had a winch sitting on my parts rack for a while. Came in one of my mystery boxes from a couple years ago. And but picked up the bumper. I think it was around $54 or something like that. And figured, why not go ahead and throw it together. I did make one bad purchase. I bought these off-brand aluminum links because I loathe the plastic suspension parts, and they don't fit. I got 2 longs and 2 shorts, and I think for this I needed 6 shorts. This is a different wheelbase, I guess, than like the JK 4-door bodied SCX10. So I'm not going to be messing with those right now. We're just going to focus on the bumper and talk about some ideas for the future. Alright, so I'm going to give this aerial view a shot. My new tripod is pretty fancy. Seemed pretty stable in the last video I did. Let's open this thing up. I had I think it was a Rampage bumper once for a JK. I had a JK body a long time ago, and I was going to build it. Oh, we got paint chipping already. Right there on the D-ring mount. Big old piece of it gone. Not cool. Alright, we got 2 little tiny screws. I'm not sure what those are for yet. But yeah, like I said, I had one of these bumpers before, similar to the Rampage style, and a JK body, and it was before I'd even learned to braze and stuff like that. So I've been up all this tubing and made a full XO cage with a roof rack, and I didn't even have a chassis to put it on. It didn't fit the one that I thought it would, that I bought it for. It was a big mess. So I ended up selling all that stuff, but this is Z-S1313 Tough Armor Stubby Winch Bumper. I got it because it looks pretty similar to the stock bumper that came on this deadbolt. But that thing is flimsy. Yeah, it's durable. I mean, it didn't broke, but it's pretty flimsy. So I'm guessing this just fits on the side mounts. Take the screws out, mount it in that way. Let's flip this thing over here, and there it is. see if we can pull this bumper off. I remember this when I had my first SCX10. It's kind of neat setup to change the bumpers in and out with these pins, and you could make them stick out further or tuck them in tighter depending on what body you're running. Now I do have the stock deadbolt body for sale on eBay. I haven't run it or anything. It's not my cup of tea. It's not a bad body for Lexan, but it's just not what I like. I don't like all this plastic. That's what kills me the most, is the steering. That front bar just flexes in and out. But we'll get that upgraded eventually. Like I said, I still don't even run this thing. It's still got this type battery connector on it, which I think will plug into a Dean's plug. But everything I still run is Tamiya plugs because I'm old. I feel old in RC years. So, let's go ahead and pull the screws out of the side. I've got to figure out, I think the winch comes with hardware. It's been a while since I've opened one. I'm not sure if those screws are going to be long enough for this. Since it is threading into plastic, and those are a coarse thread screw, they may not reach through. I have to see if I have any other hardware to use. Now, one thing I don't like about this is the Axial mounted servo, as it does hit a little bit, not bad, a little bit on that side, but I think I'm pretty sure the GCM motor plate will give you a place to mount the servo, and you can do a standard crossover style setup like that and have your chassis mounted servo. This is the old worn winch 9.5 CTI. It's part number Z-S1079. I've had a bunch of these, but I've never had one functional. I always put them on builds, and I've never had I had a 3-channel radio finally, but I've never had one actually work. So maybe that's something we can do on this, since this RTR comes with a 3-channel radio. Maybe we can get this to work, because that'd be cool. Get this stuff out of here. Alright. It's kind of cool to get stuff off my parts wall. I've had some of this stuff over here for, like I said, a couple years. I think back when I first started the channel, I bought 3 mystery boxes the first year they had them. Little to my knowledge, they were all the same. So I ended up with 3 of everything. I've sold off most of stuff I don't need, like 2.2 tires and stuff like that, but I kept all the winches and things like that, just so I didn't have to buy them again later. So, like I said, the bumpers are similar. This is a Poison Spider branded style. It's pretty cool. It's got light mounts this doesn't have. So, winch mounts on the bottom. This is actually a pretty good design. Like I said, everything I've put this on, it was never intended to have, other than my Hilux bumper. But it doesn't fit without buying their extra plates for the winch. And homie don't play that, so I ended up flipping the plate and mounting it my own way, making new holes and stuff, and it was pretty janky, but it worked. And the winch was still mounted strongly. The biggest pain in the butt on these is taking the hook off and running it through the fairlead on the body, which, let me go check. I may have another fairlead guide like that. Alright, well, it doesn't look like I do have one, so we'll just mount the other fairlead on the outside if it'll fit. I know I had some issues with that before. It's good to stay organized. I have a lot of these type totes. This one is strictly RC4 drive stuff. I've got U-bolts, shackles, all kinds of body mounts, all the way back from the Trail Stomper days up to Jalon 2. I've got R3 transmission mounts, body mounts, shock towers, old bruiser stuff. I got shackles, I got everything in here. But it's all RC4 drive stuff. I've got Jalon 2 body mounts, which come in really handy for custom builds, or crawler wise anyway. But anyway, let's speed this up a little bit. Alright, so like I was afraid, it's one thing RC4wd that frustrates me. You can't just take the fair lead off of the winch and bolt it to the bumper. The holes are off by about 3mm. They want you to buy their special fair leads that aren't roller fair leads, but they're branded ones. I think they've got a Bulldog one, and I'm sure they've got some other brand name by now. So we're just going to have to run without a fair lead for now. But you have to take this one off to get the winch to fit in properly. So, let's get back to work. Alright, so I finally got it. That little piece of string was giving me the hardest time in the world. I thought it'd be easier to just take the clip out, but then the knot closed up and I couldn't get the pin back through, so tried to loop it back through once I got the pin on. It was just a mess. You know how things go. When you least expect it, things go wrong. So, let's see if these screws are long enough here. Alright, so that fits pretty good right where it is. That's I'm knocking over stuff. I need to clean this workshop. It's all the way in. It works pretty well for that body. It is adjustable. You just kind of see if I don't have it too tight. I guess I do. It just slides in and out. Yeah. Other than the pain in the butt messing with the winch hook, it's pretty easy install. And you can see the weight difference. This thing, it's already setting low in the front. Took not that much height out of the front, so it's not. Only gives us about a little more than about a ½ inch. But we still get our flex. Have to adjust those springs if I were to keep running it as is. But anyway, I don't know. It's just something simple. I had the parts. I figured why not film it and show you guys. Product looks alright. I'm not sure about that hoop. It's kind of straight up and down. Fits the body, I guess, but I don't know if that'll look right with the JK body once we get there, if that's the route we go. But anyways, let me know what y'all think. Appreciate you watching, and stay tuned for more to come.